guys, I'm back with another Batmobile, and this time we're going to be taking a look at another brand new favorite of mine. This is the Eaglemoss model of the Batmobile from Batman Noël. Now, Batman Noël is a story that I was vaguely familiar with, but I didn't actually read the book until I started looking into this awesome Batmobile. I should quickly make a correction here. In my last video, I did a top 5 Arkham Knight Batmobile skins list, and in that video I said that before Arkham Knight, the last video game that I played was Arkham City, and that's not true. The last game that I'd played before Arkham Knight was Arkham Origins. I'd just forgotten about it because I had recently replayed Arkham City. I'm mentioning all of this because when I replayed Arkham Origins, one of my favorite Batman skins to use was the Batman Noël suit. It was a great one to use in the story, especially with all of the snow in Gotham City during the Arkham Origins story. It was one of my favorite designs. It kind of has a modern Dark Knight Returns look to it, and it kind of reminds me of the Batfleck suit in the upcoming Dawn of Justice movie. I thought it was really cool. Now, I won't go too much into the Batman Noël story, but I thought it was overall a little peculiar. It's a great attempt at something unique. Batman Noël basically draws parallels with the themes and the characters from the classic Charles Dickens story, A Christmas Carol. And it kind of attempts to fuse those themes into the Batman universe. Batman Noël was the brainchild of one of my favorite DC artists, Lee Bermejo. He did the story and the artwork along with the fantastic colorist Barbara Chiardo. Bermejo has a really unique art style. He's really great at creating these hyper-realistic images. It's very stylized, and it almost has an Alex Ross realism to it. And Bermejo's stylized approach extends to his design of the Batmobile in Noël. Even though the Batmobile is not prominently featured in the book, his interpretation is, in my opinion, one of the best and most memorable designs in recent years. You don't get to see the Batmobile too much in the story because the Joker, or the Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come, eliminates the Batmobile before we get to see it in action. It's a really cool design. The body of the car has a somewhat simple exterior, but I love all of the sharp angles on the body. Now, the magazine points out some of the added extras like stealth technology, grappling hooks, and autopilot. It also showcases some of the features like tires with retractable spikes for better grip in the snow. I sometimes wonder where Eaglemoss gets this information for the special features in the Batmobile, because a lot of these cool features are not even referenced in the stories. My favorite feature with this Batmobile is the retractable tire shredder. Again, these features aren't necessarily from the book, but it obviously doesn't take much to imagine that Batman would have all of these great crime-fighting tools in the Batmobile. The diorama for this one is great. There's a very brief scene in the book where Superman, aka the Ghost of Christmas Present, drops Batman off in this alleyway where the Batmobile is parked. And that's the exact location that Eaglemoss showcases in the diorama. It has the same brick wall on the side of the building, and there are the dumpsters and trash bins there. It's exactly how some of us kind of imagine Gotham City to look at night, right? And they've included an image of Batman in the alley walking up to the Batmobile. And I love the 3D image of the steam rising up behind him, like it's coming up out of the grates and the streets and the gutters. It makes it look very gritty. The base is a print of the snow-covered street. It has some of the tracks from the wheels there, and I like how it's not just a straight line. And where the Batmobile sits on the base, you can kind of see a part where the snow is sort of bunched up under one of the tires. It's almost like Batman pulled forward and then back again, or maybe somebody tampered with the Batmobile. You know, if you know the story, that's definitely a possibility. I think it looks fantastic. This is not just one of my new favorite Batmobiles. It's one of my favorite dioramas from this Eaglemoss Batmobile line. So, let's take a closer look at this Batmobile in the Batcave. The top of this model is primarily one solid piece of die-cast metal, which of course gives it a good bit of weight. It's definitely one of the heavier Eaglemoss Batmobiles in my collection. I love all of the sharp, angular lines in the design of the body. I also love the sculpted detail on the tread of the rubber tires. It continues with those sharp lines in the tread. It's really cool. Of course, the bottom plate is plastic. And if I can get it to focus here, you can see the sculpted vents underneath the gel headlights on the front. Then you have the separate engine on the top. The detail on that is really cool. And you have these pipes that are sculpted on each side of the Batmobile. The plastic canopy on the top, where the cockpit is, it almost looks like it could open, but it is sealed shut to the body of the car. And on the back, you have more sculpted detail in the body, almost like the vents that you have on the front of the car. And all of the silver and white sections are separate pieces. And I love the different layers that you're able to see in the rims and the hubcaps of the tires. It's great when they include that level of detail. Again, there aren't many images in the book of this Batmobile. There are really only 3 main panels where you see the Batmobile, and one of them is the shot of the Batmobile blowing up. There's only one solid image of the entire Batmobile. And then there's a panel of the back end of the car. Again, you don't get to see the Batmobile that much in the book, but to me it was a very memorable part of the overall design and the artwork. In closing, this is another great model from Eaglemoss, and it is officially one of my new favorite Batmobiles. This isn't the first time that this has happened to me. You know, sometimes you see an amazing design of the Batmobile in the books, and you know it's a great design, but there's just something about seeing it in model form, for me, that typically sends it over the top. And that is definitely the case with the Batman Noël Batmobile. It is absolutely one of my new favorite Batmobiles. You guys let me know what you think about this one. As always, I hope you take a moment to subscribe if you haven't done so already, and maybe check out some of my other recent videos. So, we've been looking at the Eaglemoss Batman Automobilia issue number 61, the Batmobile from Batman Noël. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.